Before you prepare the sketch, you should remember how Linocut works. Essentially, you cut away the parts of linoleum where you want to leave the white of the page and keep the parts you want to be inked, black here. The linoleum is then inked with a roller to create the print. The image is mirrored, remember about that. So, keeping that in mind, I was choosing between these three variations. This is letter composition for a special title of our ugly duckling. The chapter begins with a T, so I decided to use this letter. The first composition is symmetrical, so we can draw an imaginary line right here, and it splits the illustration into two similar parts. Another composition is O-based. It's based on the shape of the letter O, obviously, and has this small little focal point right here. It's a swan. So, well, but I've chosen this one. It's eye pathway composition. It uses the natural way of the viewer's eye and leads it to the top of the illustration. I find this one the most effective. So, I've chosen my illustration, and that's what I'm going to do next. We don't need this anymore. The image should be mirrored, so I used the computer to create the mirrored illustration. I'm putting this away. And I've got my plate prepared right here. The size is similar. And I've created, of course, 2 copies. So, to match the size of my plate, I know many artists who draw freehand right on the plate, but I'm showing you my process. I'm not such a person because I want to keep control at least on something during the creative process. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a pencil or a pencil in this form to cover the back of the illustration and then transfer the image on the surface. So I'm covering the shake, everything is shaking. I want to show you the process in details. So even if you're an experienced printer, you can always find some interesting tips and tricks. Like I love to watch educational videos. Well, I watch them a lot, honestly. So I'm covering. If you want to use the pencil for this purpose, make sure it's bold enough. So I think it's enough. And then I will need some tape. I'll keep this here as a reference. So I'm gonna stick it to my plate. And start transferring, but I want to make sure that everything is okay and I don't want to stick very hard. So I can check if everything is working. Like, let's start with the bubble. Yeah, we see the bubble. It works. So I can begin the transferring. It may take some time. Now our pencil sketch is done. And here's our permanent marker. It comes into play to make it easier for us to cut later. So my plan is to ink with a liner the parts which I want to be actually inked. So I don't need it anymore. And I will just work on my illustration. And I'm looking at the printed copy, so it's easier for me to, when I have a reference on the original artwork. we're almost done. Remember, the black parts we want to be inked, so the more black areas we've got, the less we have to cut. And that's my secret plan. So our goal is to create effective graphic composition. And it's always about simplification of the shapes. Well, the letter will be also black, so I will just create several strokes here and there. To show it. Free painting, I will love it. So, yeah, just to show that I don't need to cut it. Yeah, I think we're done and we can move to the scary part, cutting.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to like and subscribe to stay up to date on all of our latest videos.